friends, welcome to or welcome back to my channel. I'm so happy to have you and I'm so glad you clicked on. We are starting another What I Read in a Week, trying to make it a priority this month to read the TBR that my husband Andrew set for me. I have 5 books. I read one of them and I've already DNF'd one, which we're going to talk about in this video. I just have a couple updates. I wanted to share some things with you, so we're just going to jump right in and let's get to chit-chatting. The current read, I am still reading Funny Story by Emily Henry. I need to finish this book. I am planning on finishing it this week because after I write this one singular paper today, I'll be done with school for 2 weeks, I think, until May 20th. So I'm going to have a lot more free time to be reading books, and I definitely want to finish this. I read to page 208 today while I was at work. So I'm really excited to get further into this. I've been loving it. I kind of don't want it to end. I have a couple on audio that I could read. I did in fact start Remarkably Bright Creatures, which I don't own, which is something that I've been trying not to do, but it was available free through Libby, so I'm listening to that on audio. I'm literally only 2% in, so don't have much to say, but I still have some books on my TBR that Andrew chose for me, and we're going to talk about the one that I'm DNFing. I'm doing I don't want to say soft DNF, because I only read 17 pages. And I don't like the vibe. I've heard a lot of things about this, specifically that it's a little bit darker, and I'm not a big darker romance type of girly. I also don't love the whole premise of it. Really upset though, because I was really looking forward to this book, and it is stunning. This cover is beautiful, which is why I don't want to get rid of it, but I just really didn't like I really didn't like the first couple chapters. Putting this down, Andrew said he's going to try and read it and see if it gets any better before I put a lot of time into it, because I just don't think that this book is for me. That is off the TBR. And now I have these 3 plus Empire of Storms, which is one that I would like to get started relatively soon. But I wanted to show you guys, I got a couple of things today in the mail, and something that I already had, but I wanted to show. Target was having a buy one get one half off sale, so I got 2 books that I've had my eye on. I read A Good Girl's Guide to Murder. I think it was one of the first books that I read when I started my reading up again, and I had no idea that there was a little, I don't know if this is a prequel or it's just a small novella. I also got the Graham Effect because I have heard nothing but good things about this book. I read the Off-Campus series again the first year that I started reading and absolutely loved it. Andrew and I are in our Throne of Glass reading era. If you didn't know, I'm sure you did. I talk about it pretty frequently, but we are going to actually buddy read Kingdom of Ash, because he's a little bit ahead of me. He started Empire of Storms. I'm going to start after him just because I only have 1 copy of the books. So we're trying to read it together, but once he gets to Kingdom of Ash, we are waiting, because I got a second copy of Kingdom of Ash, but I got a hardcover version. So once I finish this, I'm going to go on Etsy and try and find a Kingdom of Ash dust jacket. So if anybody has any recommendations, I'm going to get a dust jacket for this this week. I got a puzzle, and I really, really, really would like to do this tonight. Don't know if I'll be able to. I kind of have a lot on my agenda, but right now I am going to start making muffins, and then I'm going to put them in the oven, and while they bake, I'm going to write the paper. I have the outline and pretty much everything already, so I'm not too stressed about it, but I would like to get the muffins baking because I'm making blueberry cream cheese muffins today. Hopefully they turn out well, but that's what I'm going to do right now. I'm probably going to put on either an audiobook or put on a YouTube video, because I do have quite a bit of YouTube to catch up on, so I think that's the plan. Andrew and I are staying in tonight. We don't have anybody coming over, so it's either going to be a big reading night or Vampire Diaries. We might do a little bit of both, so I will be sure to keep you all updated, and I will see you all in an update probably here shortly. Hi friends, I am choking myself. I just finished making the muffins. Oh, I need to set a timer. 22 to 25 minutes. Alright, the timer has been set. So now I am going to write that paper. I actually should clean up first. I've made quite the mess. Ignore behind me. It's probably so bad. But I'm going to clean up here and hopefully those muffins turn out good. I feel like I kind of was doing that for a little while. So I've been watching YouTube. I haven't put on an audiobook. I just wanted to catch up on a bit of it. So that is what I did. I'm really excited about these muffins. I hope that they turn out so good. I do need to make a glaze for after they come out, but I'm going to save that for the absolute last thing that I do. So now I'm going to go ahead, clean up, write some of my paper, because I have to submit it tonight. Hello friends, we are back from the beach, showered, clean. I didn't do too much reading at the beach. We were in the water and just tanning and chit-chatting a bit, so didn't do much reading, but I am planning on doing a lot more tonight. But right now I'm gonna put on some booktube and build more of this puzzle, because I did think that I was gonna be able to finish it tomorrow. I mean, last night. I don't know who I think I am, but I haven't built a puzzle in years, and it's a lot more complicated than I originally thought. So I'm gonna keep building this puzzle, and I'll come back with an update probably a bit later in the day. I'm definitely gonna be picking up Funny Story and Killjoy tonight, so I will let you all know how those go. Hello friends, little update. I stopped with the puzzle. I didn't make too much progress on it, but I made some. Anywho, I am gonna start Killjoy by Holly Jackson. I read A Good Girl's Guide to Murder in 2022, and I didn't know that this book was a thing, so I picked it up. I think I shared with you guys when I got it. So basically, I literally am on page 2, but it's like the invitations right now. So Pip is invited to her friend's murder mystery party, and I guess it's just following that. So I'm excited to see this little novella, because I really enjoyed the characters in A Good Girl's Guide to Murder. We're gonna read until we have to make dinner, so probably for how long? I don't know. There's no time limit, but I'm gonna see if I can finish this tonight. I definitely could, because it's literally just this long. It's 117 pages, and the font is quite large, so we'll see. I'm doing a little reading sprint on my Instagram story to see how long it takes me to finish this tonight, so again, follow my Instagram if you aren't already. See you soon. Hello friends, I am home from work. It is Wednesday, May 8th. I've made a coffee. So I wanted to give you guys a little reading update. I am listening to A Curse So Dark and Lonely. I think I've had this in like a couple of vlogs, and I've started it and haven't finished it. So I'm picking this up on audio. I'm really liking the narration. I don't know where I am exactly, but I can find out. It's quite a thick book, honestly, and I'm only 23% through on chapter 13, so I'm interested to see how much longer. Like, I'm only this far in. This is why I was struggling to pick it up physically, because honestly nothing has really happened, and I'm kind of a little bit bored right now, but I am interested to see where it goes. I don't know. I'm really hoping that it picks up. It is giving Beauty and the Beast, kind of. But anyways, would love for it to pick up a little bit more, but I have this on audio going while I am doing my puzzle. And then I also started to cage a god today. Physically, I am on page 40. I read this while I was at work on my break, and honestly, I'm not going to lie, this is really confusing me so far, but I am interested to see if I am able to catch on. There is a glossary in the back of the book, or I guess like more, I don't know, it has the meanings of a different language, so I've been trying to figure all of that out. It's just a lot of information right now. Obviously, it is a fantasy. I don't know anything about it. I haven't read the synopsis, and I think I'm going to keep it that way just to see if I can figure out some stuff. So I'm enjoying this. 40 pages in. I don't think I'm going to pick up this tonight, but I'm having fun with it. And then last night, I don't know when the last time I updated was, but I started and finished Killjoy by Holly Jackson, and I really enjoyed it. I'm gonna go with a 3-star rating for this just because it is super short, but I had so much fun reading this and being back in the world. I loved that it alluded to the rest of the series. I have already read A Good Girl's Guide to Murder, so reading this and being back and then kind of seeing how A Good Girl's Guide to Murder starts was really interesting to me, and I definitely enjoyed this little murder party mystery thing. It was a fun concept and I just really enjoyed it, so 3 stars for this. I am excited to read some more books by Holly Jackson. I really want to read 5 Survive, so I might pick that up later this week. But yeah, it is 4:43 right now. I'm just gonna keep building my puzzle for a little bit longer. I just wanted to give you guys a little update. I'm gonna get back to my puzzle. I am making so much progress in it. You can't really tell, but I swear I am. Hello vlog, I'm awake, I'm here. Little bit of a update though. I am doing a readathon today. I'm about to get started here at 7:45. I have a Red Bull. Recently I've been loving putting them in my cups and just drinking with a straw. With that all being said, I am going to jump into the readathon. Today I'm gonna read Funny Story and finish it. And then I am reading A Curse so Dark and Lonely on audio. So we're gonna make a dent in this book for sure. Definitely finish Funny Story. That is what I'm doing. I'm gonna work on my puzzle, put in my AirPods, have a good time. Hi friends, I actually just filmed this portion, but it was completely zoomed into my face. So, a little bit of an update and a change of plans. I'm actually going to be going on a walk with my sister and my niece, so I'll probably be back at 12, but we're putting a pause on the readathon, unfortunately. I just would like to go see them, so that's what I'm going to do, but I have made quite the dent in A Curse so Dark and Lonely. I'm on page 219, chapter 26. And I'm almost 50% done with the book. I'm definitely going to try and finish this today. I still have a bit of my puzzle to do, and I wanted to do my reading journal, and I also have some cleaning that I need to get done. So I'll definitely be listening to this more today, maybe potentially finishing it. I think I'm going to prioritize finishing this as well as Funny Story today, just to get these 2 books done. But I'm gonna pick up Funny Story probably a bit later in the day, probably around like 1 or 2. We'll see. Nothing's really happening. I feel like if I was reading this book physically, I would definitely not be as interested in it as I am listening to it on audio. I just feel like it is taking a really long time to get to the point. So I'm enjoying it, but I definitely am waiting for something to happen. So I'm gonna go ahead and leave now. Hopefully I'll be back by 12 so I can continue reading for the next like 8 hours after that, and I can have lunch. So I'm gonna go on this walk and I will be back. Friends, a little bit of an update and also another change of plans. I have finished A Curse so Dark and Lonely. I was listening to this for so long. I cleaned the apartment a bit. I finished my puzzle, and I did come back from walking with my sister and my niece, so that was a lot of fun. But I'm happy to say that I finally finished this book. It was entertaining. It was definitely really long, and I think it could have been cut down at least 100 pages. The ending was good, so I'm excited to continue the series, but I think I am going to give this a 3 stars. It was fun. I don't have like too many complaints other than the fact that it was really long. It is a Beauty and the Beast retelling, so it definitely met that mark, but again, just a bit long, a little bit repetitive, and I was surprised by the ending, so I don't want to say it was predictable, but I had fun with it. It was entertaining. So I'm going to put this on the red pile, and I am actually going to go on a date with Andrew, so I'm going to get a little bit ready. We're just going to go to Barnes and then get fast food and sit in the car and chit chat. I am planning on filming my bookshelf tour relatively soon, probably next Tuesday. I'm happy I finished this. It's been on my shelf for a little bit, so, and I've started it so many times, so I'm glad to say that I finally finished it. And it is a chunkier one. It's almost 500 pages. So that took me about like 6.5 hours to listen to. It is 3:21. So Andrew and I are gonna head over to Barnes & Noble right now. I'm really excited. Hello vlog, let's chit chat. It is Thursday? No. It's Friday, May 10th. Last night, Andrew and I did our little date, and I did actually end up accomplishing the 2 things that I wanted to. I finished both of these books yesterday, and I finished Funny Story by Emily Henry, and I did give this a 5 stars. I was leaning more towards a 4 up until page like 230 or something. But the end, I just related a lot to the main character, and there was a lot of like discussion that I really related to, and I really enjoyed that. So I ended up falling in love, and I gave it a 5 stars. I loved Miles in this. I was a bit annoyed at the little like, not miscommunication, but the back and forth and like I guess it was like just undecided. Like it could have been a lot easier for them, but nonetheless, I really enjoyed this. I loved the found family in this. It was so wonderful. I loved the small town vibes, and it was just such a good book. Hello vlog, do not mind my hair or the way I'm looking. I'm about to go to bed because I'm so tired randomly. It is like literally 9 o'clock. I wanted to give you guys a reading update. I didn't read any of the rule book because I wanted to read on my Kindle tonight, so that's what I did. And I started The Stranger Upstairs because it was available through Libby on like the ebook, so I borrowed it from the library and I'm reading it on my Kindle. This is a super random book to pick up, but I really wanted something that was short and thrilling, and honestly, so far, this book is super creepy, so I definitely won't be reading it alone. It definitely gives off haunted house, murder, mystery, lots of secrets and lies, and I think it's going to be super interesting. I love that it's super short, because when thrillers are a bit too long, I tend to not like them, just because I feel like it kind of drags out. But this pacing seems to be going really well. I'm really interested in it. I don't know the synopsis of this. Honestly, I didn't really read it, but from what I'm gathering so far, this follows Sarah, and she is kind of an influencer, author, and a therapist. So it's following her, and she has a lot of secrets and a lot of lies, and I'm getting some like identity fraud, like something like that is what I'm thinking, but I'm having a lot of fun with it. I'm interested to see where it's gonna go, because from what I'm getting right now, there are like strange things going on inside of this house. The house that she bought, she is renovating it and documenting it for her blog, because she is kind of in the social light. So she's renovating this house that she bought, and it is a house where a murder happened, so it's following that. And also I think we're gonna go more in depth with what happened that night, which I'm kind of interested to get to, because I'm seeing a lot of like, I don't know if this is like a supernatural book, but I'm definitely getting like paranormal aspects to it, so I'm interested to see how it goes. That is all I have for you guys tonight. I will see you all tomorrow. Hello friends, I literally look terrible, please ignore, but it has been a minute since I've talked to you guys. I went to a concert last night. It was Hozier. It was so fun. I had a blast. My whole family went and we had a great time. But got home at like almost midnight and absolutely passed out. I did, however, finish a book yesterday, which I'll be talking about shortly, but it is Mother's Day, so I have some plans today. I did just spend the morning making some cookies for my mom and my grandma and my sister. There is just quite a bit to do, and I just want to get it done so I can leave here soon and just have some fun with my mom. So let's go ahead. So as I said, I made cookies. I made raspberry lemon cookies, and I'm letting them chill in the fridge. Literally, ignore these two up here. They're so good, and I think they would taste even better cold. And now I'm going to sit right here and make some cards. Nothing special. I just have some stickers over here, and then I have some textured paper, some, I don't know, some random journaling supplies that I have. So I'm gonna make these really quick. With that all being said, I'll talk about the stranger upstairs in a little bit, but I'm gonna get these cards done and then do some chit-chatting about books, just so that I don't feel rushed. So, all right, hi friends. I just finished making the cards, and I have gathered all of my belongings. I'm bringing my computer and this SD card. I'm gonna start editing this video while I'm there, but I wanted to give you guys a little bit of an update. So I finished reading The Stranger Upstairs yesterday before I went to the concert, and it was a fun book. I gave it a 3 stars. I think it was an interesting concept and a really good debut novel. I think that this author will come out with such really good books. Honestly, it was a fun thriller. Honestly, it was an interesting story to follow, and I don't really want to go in depth with what it's about, because I personally love going into thrillers blind, absolutely knowing nothing about them. So I had a lot of fun with this. I give it 3 stars. I'm definitely going to be looking out for more books by this author. I think her writing is really entertaining, and it was definitely fun, but the reason it was a 3 stars is because I don't think it's going to be super memorable for me, and the like twist wasn't super twisty, if that makes sense. Like, it was still a good plot and it was fun to follow, but I don't think that the plot twist was what I had been expecting or what I really wanted, but it was still an entertaining book. Glad I finished it. It was on my book of the month list, which I'm trying so hard to get through. I paused my book of the month subscription because I found that I had more books unread than read from book of the month, so I'm gonna try and get through my book of the month collection before I restart my membership, just because I do enjoy book of the month, but recently their selections haven't been my favorite. So I paused it for 3 months, and I'm gonna go back at the end of summer, I think, and see if there's any books that I want from them. Hopefully I will restart that membership eventually. But I am bringing a funny story for my sister, because she read Happy Place last year with me, well, not with me, but right after me, and she absolutely loved it. So I want to bring her funny story, and hopefully she'll read it and love it as well. I'm gonna head out now. All right, hopefully this is in focus. I just filmed this whole entire clip to end off today's vlog, but it was all out of focus. So we are here to do a little recap about the books that I read this week. And yeah, yesterday was Mother's Day, so I didn't get any reading in, but I had a lovely day. I spent the day with my mom. We just hung out outside, relaxed. It was lovely. But I'm gonna close out this vlog by talking about the books that I read and showing you my new edition of Funny Story. So I read Killjoy by Holly Jackson this week. It is a little prequel novella to A Good Girl's Guide to Murder. I really enjoyed this. I gave it 3 stars. I had a lot of fun with it, and that's about it. I was really happy to be back in this world, and it definitely motivated me to pick up another book by Holly Jackson in the next reading vlog, which I will be hosting next week. I'm very excited to get to it. I just love her writing. It's so fast-paced, it's easy to follow, it's always super entertaining, so I was very happy to read this. I rated it 3 stars only because it's short, obviously, so not too much to read, but it follows Pip and it is her friend's murder mystery party, so you're just following them, and it was really entertaining, and I loved this book, so had a lot of fun. If you read A Good Girl's Guide to Murder and you've been missing it, definitely pick this up. It definitely did those fun vibes for me, and I had a lot of fun with it, so I read that. And then, as you all saw, I read A Curse So Dark and Lonely, rated this 3 stars as well. This was just a bit too long, and there wasn't too much going on in this story. I still had fun with it, and I was entertained, and I definitely want to read the second book. I think I'm going to like it a bit more than the first one. It just sort of bored me at times, but I am happy that I read it because I've been wanting to read this and it was on my shelf for so long, so I'm happy I got to it. I'm definitely continuing the series. I'll probably start it when it is available free through my library. We'll see. But this was fun. 3 stars. Enjoyed it. And then I read Funny Story by Emily Henry, and I rated this 5 stars. I absolutely loved it. I will admit that I found the situation with Miles and Daphne to be a bit annoying there in the middle, just because it was kind of a bit of back and forth, and it was just a little bit annoying, but I ended up falling in love with the story after like page 230. I found it super relatable. I really enjoyed Daphne and Miles' character, so I had a lot of fun with this, and I just love Emily Henry's writing. It is so good. But yeah, this is the UK edition. I got these sprayed edges, and it is a signed copy. So I'm really happy to have this in my hands. I gave my sister, I let her borrow the US cover, so she has that. Hopefully she's gonna read it pretty soon. But yeah, that was a 5-star read for me. And then I read The Stranger Upstairs, which I really enjoyed. I also gave it 3 stars. It was short. It's a very fast-paced book. I think that this author, it's her debut novel, and I think that she has a really good writing style, so I think that her next couple of books are going to be really fun and really entertaining, because this one was. I just feel like the twist wasn't super twisty for me. It was still a good plot though, like I enjoyed it still. I just don't think it's going to be super memorable for me, but the writing was super fun. It was very entertaining. It kept me on my toes. I wanted to keep reading, so it did its job. I enjoyed it. This is a mystery thriller. I think that's what it's labeled under. I don't know, but it was fun. It follows a woman who buys this murder house to renovate it and resell it because she thinks that she's going to get a good profit off of it, but there are tons of twists and lies and secrets and very unreliable narrator, so I had a lot of fun with it. But those are the 4 books that I read this week. I had a lot of fun. I did not finish To Cage a God, and I am still reading the rule book, but these are the 4 books that I completed this week. I'm very excited for next week, but thank you for watching. I hope you all enjoyed, and I will hopefully see you in the next one.